Skid steer is a compact machine, meant for earth moving, material handling, construction, and other related tasks. Skid steer has 4 wheels, which move it forward. Backward. Left. Right. And also allows it to rotate on its own axis. Broadly, skid steer is driven by the operator with the help of 2 control levers, located on left and right side of the operator's seat. The right control lever controls the motion of the pair of wheels on the right side of the vehicle, while the left control lever controls the motion of the wheels on the left side of the vehicle. Moving the right control lever forward moves the pair of wheels on right-hand side in the forward direction. Moving the right control lever backwards moves the pair of wheels on right-hand side in the reverse direction. Similarly, moving the left control lever forward moves the pair of wheels on left side of the vehicle in the forward direction. Moving the left control lever backwards moves the pair of wheels on left-hand side in the reverse direction. Bringing the control lever to the center stops the movement of the wheels on the respective side. Steering or turning movement is obtained by driving the pair of wheels on one side of the vehicle in one direction, while the second pair of wheels is either in a neutral condition or driven in the opposite direction. Wheels are driven by hydraulic motors, which are individually powered by 2 separate hydraulic pumps. The hydraulic pump is driven by the engine. The power of the engine drives the shaft of the hydrostatic pump. This creates suction in the pump and forces it to pull oil from the hydraulic oil tank. The pump then pushes the oil under high pressure towards the hydraulic motors. Flow of the hydraulic oil into the sealed casing of the hydraulic motor spins the motor assembly. When the hydraulic oil enters the motor under high pressure, it actually pushes against the gear teeth of the motor, turning them around. The higher flow of oil into the motor results faster motion of the motor. Likewise, little flow of the oil means slower motion of the motor. The power of the motor is transmitted to the wheels through a gear train. Hydrostatic pump in skid steer is distinctively divided into 4 sections. Front pump, rear pump, charge pump, hydraulic pump. Front pump sends pressurized hydraulic oil to the left motor, which drive the wheels on the left-hand side of the skid steer. Rear pump sends pressurized hydraulic oil to the right motor, which drive the wheels on the right side of the skid steer. Charge pump is responsible for feeding sufficient oil to front pump and rear pump. Hydraulic pump sends pressurized oil to other hydraulic functions like loader arm, bucket, and auxiliary operations. This pump does not play any role in the drive mechanism of the skid steer. Once the front pump and the rear pump receives oil from the charge pump, it is pushed to the motors through ports located on top and bottom of the hydrostatic pump. The flow of the oil into the hydraulic motor pushes the gear teeth and produces motion in the motor. The motors in skid steer are bidirectional, which means that the oil can enter into the motor from either ports. When one becomes inlet, the other becomes outlet, and vice versa. It is due to this change in direction in the flow of the hydraulic oil, that the motor can rotate clockwise, as well as anti-clockwise. Since the motors are directly connected to the wheels, on their respective sides, through a gear train, the vehicle achieves forward and reverse motion on one side of wheels, from the single motor. The pressure and direction of the oil to the ports is controlled by the swash plates fitted in the hydraulic pumps. These are guided by the control levers attached mechanically to it. Control levers are the actual navigating handles in skid steer, controlled by the operator of the vehicle. Movement of swash plates is directly controlled by control levers, with the help of mechanically connected devices. Control lever on right side of the operator control the swash plate movement of the rear pump, which in turn controls the oil transfer to the motor on right hand side. Left control lever controls the swash plate movement of the front pump, which in turn controls the oil transfer to the motor on left hand side. Swash plate pump has a rotating cylinder containing pistons. The pistons get pushed according to the angle of the swash plate. The pistons throw pressurized oil towards the two ports. The difference in the amount of push results in different pressure at each port. It is due to the difference in this pressure that the speed and direction of hydraulic motor is determined. The greater the slant, the farther the pistons move, pushing more fluid to the system. More fluid flow increases the speed of the motor. We learnt that the drive mechanism in skid steer is powered by hydraulic pump, which pushes oil under high pressure to the hydraulic motors. The oil hits the gear teeth in the sealed casing of the motor, resulting in spinning of the motor. The spinning movement of the motor is transferred to the wheels through a gear train assembly. Hydraulic pressure to the motors is controlled by the control levers, which are controlled by the operator. Moving the lever forward results forward movement of the respective motor. The amount of push or pull to the lever directly affects the speed of the motor, and therefore the machine. When one lever is pushed more than the other, the relative difference in speed results in turning the machine right or left. This concludes our training module of drive mechanism in skid steer. We hope you enjoyed this training session. Please send us your valuable feedback at cbt@vectraindia.com.